Welcome back to Goshen Scout Reservation. Behind me is the beautiful Lake Meriwether, where for the first time in 18 years I did not get to spend my summer last year. We are super excited to be back in business and ready for all of you scouts to get out there and see what this beautiful property has to offer. Throughout the course of the next few moments, we're going to take a second and we're going to go through all of the different programs going on here at Goshen Scout Reservation and all of the different camps that have them. It's going to be a really fun experience. We're very excited to be back out into nature and experiencing all of the joys and wonders that camp has to offer. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next summer as well.
Hello, and welcome to Linhawkson High Adventure. My name is Elizabeth Warren, and I'm your camp director. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Linhawkson before you get started on your trek. Linhawkson is National Capital Area Council's very own high adventure camp located here at the beautiful Goshen Scout Reservation. Linhawkson has two different types of treks you can embark on. We have a backpacking trek and a canoeing trek. On your backpacking trek, you get to plan your own adventure. You're able to choose your outposts that you go to at the end of each day, and you figure out how you're going to get there and hike your way. At Linhawkson, on the backpacking trek, we have two different types of outposts. We have our technical outposts and our historical. Starting with historical, we have our wonderful Mountain Man Outpost, which I'm sitting at right now. At Mountain Man, you're able to shoot some black powder rifles, throw some tomahawks, and trade with the mountain men. At Foxfire, you are able to enter our 20th century blacksmithing forge, learn how to make S and J hooks, as well as candle making and lead bullet pouring. At Robinhood, our last historical outpost, you're able to join Robinhood's merry band of men and test your skills at archery and dagger throwing, all whilst trying to evade the Sheriff of Nottingham's request for pudding and other goodies along the way. At our technical outposts, we have mountain biking. We're able to bike the trails alongst our beginning, advanced, and intermediate tracks, trying your skills at a few jumps or just coasting along a smooth road if that's better for you. We have our aquatics outpost where you're able to chill after a nice day of hiking, doing some stand-up paddleboarding as well as kayaking. We have our caving outpost where we have 3 miles of cave system, and you're able to explore that for the day in a nice 55-degree controlled climate underneath a wonderful cow pasture. Last and not least, we have our COPE outpost, which stands for Challenging Outdoor Personal Experience. In conjunction with Camp Olmsted, we're able to do team building activities, high ropes, low ropes, challenge courses, finding a way to bring your crew back together after a long day on the trail. Going back to our canoeing truck option, we have a joint program with the Twin River Outfitters in Buchanan, Virginia, where you're able to canoe over 60 miles over the course of the week in whitewater canoes and whitewater kayaks and explore the beauty of the James River and the western Virginia area. We hope to see you at Linhawkson High Adventure next year.
Hi guys, welcome to the Mountain Man Outpost. My name is Drew, and you have currently walked into 1836. So here at Mountain Man, we just like to teach the scouts a few different things, a few skills necessary for survival in the wilderness out here. One of the main ones that we do is black powder rifle shooting. Scouts will test their hand at shooting various targets with percussion-capped muzzle-loading rifles. And they also will try their hand at tomahawk throwing, doing one-turn throws, trying to see if they can stick it into the log over and over again, maybe even have a little competition. Scouts like to do scouts versus leaders, see if they can stick cards in the center or not. We also have a trade blanket that we like to do. Scouts love to bring in different sorts of goods and stuff like that, lay everything out, and we'll do everything Indian trapper style, using Native American Sign Language to indicate that you and me make good trade. Scouts love it. It's also something cool because they can use some of that sign language and cooking techniques that we actually will show them when Jeff and I will cook stuff over the fire to earn the Indian Lore Merit Badge. We also have just a variety of cool stuff just laying around the trading post here, various sorts of pelts, tools that a mountain man would use. We obviously have, all sorts of different clothing items too, made out of leather, buckskin, your capotes made out of wool. So it's just a really, really fun time. Scouts love coming up here, just getting a chance to, hang out, talk, banter with mountain men, sleep in some of the vintage tents, stuff like that.
Hello and welcome to Foxfire. This is our 1913 blacksmithing outpost at Hoxton High Adventure, where we teach scouts all of the ins and outs of basic blacksmithing from the earliest 20th century.
Yep. Well, hello everyone. My name is Woodrow Finkel, and I am a hobo. I've been for the past 5 years. However, my good friend Chuck Fishback, who owns this forge, he is currently not here right now. He's in the town of Lexington selling some of the wares he's made. But about me. So, I've been a hobo for the past 5 years, riding the rails down from New York all the way to Virginia. And I was in Lexington about 3 months ago when I saw Chuck selling some of his works in a little shop. And right then and there, I decided I need to change my lifestyle and start the trade. And I've been with Chuck ever since. He has hired me, and I have grown fond of blacksmithing, and I think I'll stay with it a bit longer before I hit the rails once more.
Now, my name is Henry Payne. I was raised as an orphan near a farrier shop, and so growing up I got used to the ringing of steel and the smell of coal and fire. When I turned 16, I decided it was time for me to set out on my own and find a profession where I might have some sort of knowledge or skills. So while I was wandering through these beautiful Appalachian woods, I happened upon a familiar sound. So I followed it to its source, and I found Mr. Fishback's forge. And so he decided to take pity on me and hire me as his apprentice. So I've been working with him for the past year, learning the basics of blacksmithing in hopes of becoming a professional blacksmith myself one day. Now, in our forge, as I mentioned earlier, we teach scouts the ins, the outs, and all of the basics of blacksmithing. We teach them how to make a lot of useful tools, such as S-hooks, J-hooks, butter knives, and also spoons. So for example, right here we have an S-hook that I made myself just a few weeks ago. It does have some lovely twists, and it is amazing at holding things, such as pots and pans and boiling water over campfires.
And if you can see right here, we have a little butter knife with a nice twist in it. And this can be used, if cleaned up properly, to cut some butter.
And once scouts have spent enough time in our forge learning how to do the basics, we give them a larger piece of metal where they can learn how to make a sword.
Ooh.
But that is only if they are skilled enough.
Over this season, we are inviting you all back to summer camp. And let me tell you, here at Goshen Scout Reservation, scouting is back. It may look a little different from the previous years, but the sights, sounds, and feeling are real. The night before we got down here, I had the same feeling I had as a youth, the nervous anticipation of getting there. We have been a smaller crew this time, but trust me, we are here to put the spotlight on the campers and staff that make Goshen come to life. The first morning down here, we woke up at post and were greeted by an old friend, the white wall of fog that greets every morning at camp. And then the sun slowly burns away the fog and reveals the hidden view of the immense vista of the entire reservation. Then out of the blue, the sounds of camp. The competing ranges of Olmsted and Bowman, the clatter of boats from Marriott, and the Cub Scout spirit from Ross. And just like that, the tremendous days of camp take off, and each of these scouts and scouters begin another journey in their summer camp experience. Memories they will cherish and be with them forever. In the few down moments we had as a staff, we shared our stories, our experiences, but something truly special about everyone working together to give these scouts some of those golden memories. BP said a week at camp is worth more than a year in the classroom, and that we in scouting prove that right every summer. So join us for the fun as we continue our journey of Camping Continues. And just remember, camping continues, scouting continues, and I'll see you down the trail. Good night.
This has been a production of the Amangamek-Wipit Lodge, done in partnership with the National Capital Area Council.